All right, so shout out to Auntie B. She asked a question on her community page some few days ago. And can we ever trust emotions? I don't know if you guys saw that. You know, did you guys see it? Can we ever trust emotions? What is your take on that? How do you see emotions? Right? We have to keep talking about emotional intelligence, right? Because it has everything to do with everything. Okay. Can we ever trust emotions? You know, some people look at emotion one way, the other people look at it the other way, right? Emotions is like this chaotic thing that has no structure to it, and it's just how you feel. And when people are caught up in it, they're caught up in it. You can tell them nothing, right? And yes, men too, a lot of times by way of anger, right? And on the other side, emotions. Some people think emotions is emotional intelligence. Those are two different things. Emotions and emotional intelligence are two different things. Do you understand that? Can you comprehend that? Anyone there? Anyone there? Emotions and emotional intelligence are two different things. Honestly, what does a black man learn from this? We need an economy. We need our power. Yes. We need to do a lot less activism. A lot of people, especially in the manosphere, what they're engaged in is activism. Go to work. It will work temporarily. They might give you a little bit of cookie. Okay, but candy. Yeah, but it's going to work. You have to learn how to take power, and that involves emotional intelligence, like we're talking about right now. Emotions and emotional intelligence are two different things. Emotional intelligence is the ability to be able to understand emotions, right? Emotions are not your mate when it doesn't really care about you like that. When people are caught up in their emotions, that there are people in your own life, people that are in your personal life as well. In that moment, they are caught up in their emotions. They like you, they love you, but they have an emotion, right? They're arguing with you. You guys disagree, especially if you guys do kerewa at night. There's no paycheck next Friday, and you still want this kerewa, or you want this sense of belonging, or the sense of connection. The one of the six basic human needs, as we always cover here, right? Number 4, connection, right? Why do people want connection? Why? There's no paycheck on Friday. Oh, because I want children. Cap, stop the cap. Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
All right. Because I want children. No, you didn't want children. Children call. You know how long it took you before you start thinking about children after you do career with that person? Better sit down somewhere. Right. So we're talking about emotions, emotional intelligence. Can we trust emotions? So the truth is that on the surface, no, we can't trust. The answer to that is no, you can't trust emotions. But I find that a lot of the pushback against, which I'm not saying that's what she was doing, she was asking a very valid question. A lot of the pushback against the idea that people should pay attention to the emotions of the people that they love, they think it means that they should come under them. Actually, it's literally you're gaining power. Okay, you're engaging your power. When you're able to say, oh, this person's caught up in their emotion, let me find out what is it that they're trying to say. What is it that they're trying to accomplish from a place of feelings, right now? That time that you're taking to, right, you can also make it almost as equivalent to patience, right? Almost as equivalent, because you have to actually sit in yourself and actively listen to them. And you might actually be caught up in your own emotions too. You might just want to slap this person, right? You might just want to cry, right? But if you're able to engage yourself, your own emotions at a level, let me calm down. Let me see what they're trying to say, because clearly they care about something, and you've disengaged from what they care about. It can be purely emotional, whatever it is that they care about. It could be certainty. Maybe they don't feel safe. Variety, they feel like their life is boring, right? They feel like they feel like they're inside a cave. They need to get out, like Jesus Christ, right? Significance, they don't feel important. They feel like you're they asking like, can you respect me too? Like, can you? They don't feel significant. They feel like you don't find them significant, right? That's when you see women say, "Hey, I want you to respect me." That's when you see women say, "I need you to value my own opinion too," right? Can you calm down with yourself and feel safe with yourself, right? Oh, sorry. Are you seeing something else? I'll correct it. Sorry about that. StreamYard is terrible. So StreamYard need to fix that. Let me see what you're seeing so I can fix it. Thank you for saying that, by the way. You're probably seeing funny characters, weird. No, you should be seeing the right thing. What happened? What's wrong with StreamYard? Let me make sure I'm not muted. What happened? Was it glitching or something? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, are you able to sit with yourself? Because the first thing you need to learn about emotional intelligence is mastering your own emotions. No, master your own emotions. You can't understand other people's emotions if you say, no, I don't have emotions. Or if you act like it, right? You're not going to have necessary empathy that you need to understand other people's emotions until you understand that you too, you get caught up in your emotions sometimes. Okay? So being able to sit with you, that's the first step. There are 3 steps to it. Understanding your own emotions first. Okay? That why do you feel the way you feel? Why do you think the way you think? You're caught up in your anything, like all your moves. I don't care how logical you think you are. Every move you make is emotionally driven. If you're a human being like the rest of us. Okay? So, particularly because we can't trust emotions, is the reason why you need emotional intelligence. Because when you're caught up in your emotions and the other person on the surface looks like they're just being evil, they're disrespectful, if that's all you're engaged with, how they're, what do you do naturally? You want to defend. You want to defend yourself, right? But defending yourself against your wife, what does that look like? Right? What does that look like? So what I need to tell you about this one is very simple. Okay. Yes, you can't trust emotions. That's particularly why you must master them. You must remain a lifelong student of emotions. Okay? If you want to have blossoming relationships, right? It will help you with patience too, because you take time away from engaging a person that's being offensive, but they might not mean to be offensive. But you take the time to find out what they, after the first step, which is mastering your emotions, you're not able to say, what is it that they care about? What is it that they're trying to say among all 6 of this, right? Based off of this particular theory. There's multiple theories out there that you can learn how people process emotions. But this particular one, look through the 6. What is it that they're trying to say? Disengage from the surface stuff. All she knows is money. Why? Does that give her a sense of certainty and security? Because if you engage it as money, like, it's no wonder why you're looking at your wife as a gold digger. What do you do to gold diggers? You destroy them. Your mindset is everything. Emotions cues with the empath, they're different. Yes, they're different, right? Because you can't trust them, that's why you must engage them, lean in and try to understand what's going on, right? That takes time. It's a process. You might not have the answer tonight, you might not have the answer tomorrow, but be patient with yourself, because this is a person you care about. Obviously, if we're talking about a person you don't care about, it's very easy. Just disconnect them, let them go, right? Just let them go. You're not able to let them go, you're caught up in your emotions. Then we need to dig in a little bit deeper. What emotions are you caught up in? Because maybe that's why you're not able to understand the other person. Okay. The third one is the emotions of the society at large. You don't live in a cave. Stop telling yourself that I'm just me. I just do me. Well, I'm just going to do my... Nah. You live in a society and there are society standards, and that's you actively trying to swim against the trend. It'll hurt you. You will drown. Okay? We're all built with emotions. We all will be lifeless without it. That's what creates the human experience. The emotions create the human experience. The moment you become emotional less, it's like this whole thing is pointless. Right? Right? When I do this, what does that spark off in you? Tell me. Hold on one second. Oh yeah, I have a lot of these things right now. What does that do to you? Right? Emotions are fickle. EQ is the ability to understand, use, manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize, overcome challenges, diffuse conflict. Yes, I agree. So, emotional intelligence is trying to deduce the truth of a person's feelings. Yours first. You have to know how to do yours first. Then it becomes easier. It becomes easier. Olawatu says sometimes you need to keep mute. That's the only way to understand your emotions. You need to be quiet with yourself so that you can understand what's going on. Tojibafa Abale Arimu. Okay. All right. We got one more. Just one more so we can round off the night. I want you all to go and spend time with your family. And then we'll be back here at 4 p.m. tomorrow as usual. But let's do one little short one, and then I'll tell you just a little topic I caught off of Clubhouse earlier today. Let's get into it. All right, so let's round it off with this topic right here. Feminists want the power of men and privileges of women. What do you ladies and gentlemen of Prestige feel about this? Speak to me. What do you think about this? What does this make you feel? Speaking of feelings and emotions. Anybody got triggered? Anybody got triggered?
How should you be that?
And by the way, a woman created the room from what I could see. A woman created this conversation. Okay. And shout out to her. I don't want to mention her name as a form of respect, but she also tends to create such topics like this. What do you think? What does this make you feel? Yep. Feminists want the power of men. What's feminists want the power of men? Do you see? What do you think? A woman created this room. The woman tends to create a lot of room with this kind of topic. It's on Clubhouse. It was a conversation earlier on Clubhouse, and I stumbled into it, and I heard a man saying, he was saying, and I quote, "Men are always smarter than women. Men are smarter than women. They need us. They need us." Anytime I stumble into these rooms, it's quite often, but it's becoming stale and stale. But I understand some new people are getting into the conversation, But, Jesus.
Oh my days,
Wahala. Feminists want the power of men. Is that true? Is it true or false? And privileges of women. Ladies. Prestige family. Is this true or false? Do you think there are a lot of feminists out there right now that want the power of men and privileges of men? Are they asking you? And they ask. The converse the conversation is getting realer. See, as much as you want to say, I don't want to be a part of that conversation, they're getting more, they're viral. They tend to be viral because people have their reasons of feeling this way, you know. So what do, they create an echo chamber where they're regurgitating itself. Hit that like button, by the way. They're clicking like, they're engaging. They will listen to this thing for 12 hours every weekend. The same thing, they keep talking, right? They keep talking. Well, here's the thing. Let me see. Yeah. That word has been bastardized, right? Alpha females. Well, I did. Is she referring to toxic feminists? Some people will be like, there's no such thing as toxic feminists. Some of them will say there's no such thing as toxic masculinity. Let me say this right now. Anything that exists in life has a toxic version of it. Anything, any phenomenon, any ideology, anything you can think of in life has a toxic version of it. If you say there's no such thing, that's literally getting caught up in your emotions and being dismissive. Okay, so we could say that, I guess, maybe toxic feminist, right? The truth is we need each other. That's a fact, right? Olologists, I beg to disagree with some katas. What's katas? I don't know what that is. It's a tough one, but me, I can beat a woman to defend myself. What does that mean? I don't know what you mean by that. I hope it doesn't mean literally. Somewhat true is this women that call themselves feminists and know nothing about being a feminist. What a feminist means, right? Okay. Some, nope, I don't want to be a man or compete with one. Thank you. Yeah, woman of prestige, of course not. Of course not. Right? Chinye said that is true for toxic feminists and not regular feminists. We just want fairness across the board for women. That's true. I agree with that. Can you give an example of a privilege? That's a good question, But there are people, maybe some of them will watch right now and they're very quick to come and tell you what privileges that women have. I personally don't think so. I think if women have privileges, I think men have privileges. If women are not privileged in certain area, I think men are not privileged in certain area. Like I said, this thing is fair. It's either you learn game or you continue to complain all over the place on the internet. This thing is very fair. In love and war, all is fair. But I'll tell you what the issue is in a second. Isn't that social construct? Anyone who says there is no toxic feminism or masculinity is a we need a sound a sound effect for that.
Yes, Kelly baby.
I think we all balance up most times. Everyone have their portion. Yes, including when unfortunate circumstances happen to people, it's still balanced. That's just life. That's called life, right? But here's the conversation is just another, toxic gender war driven conversation. It doesn't really serve us, but we're trying to flip them as we catch them. Okay, feminist first of all can be a man and a woman. That's number one. Okay, a feminist can be a man or a woman. So if a man chooses to identify as a feminist because he's advocating for equal rights for women in society as per their humans too, in work environment, how is it trying to take power from men? Right? Could make sense, right? So that's number one. Feminist is not equivalent to women. Does that make sense? The word feminist is not equivalent to women. As a matter of fact, femininity, right? The one that we all look for, men, gentlemen, that we look for in the ladies, right? That we love. We love the experience of a feminine woman, right? That one too is not equivalent to woman. Okay? Sometimes you as a man get caught up in your feminine energy. Okay? All right, so let's so want the power of, I guess they're saying women who who are toxic feminists, who are fighting, they want the power of men. Well, good luck to them. Some of them do sound that way sometimes, but a lot of them are young girls that don't know what the hell they're talking about. How I can't. There's no way I can take this kind of people seriously to the point where I will be engaged in active argument with them. Once I hear people mixing the idea of the feminist movement with romantic relationship, at that moment I'm disengaged. They're not relevant. They're not relevant. At the very minimum, I make them irrelevant. Okay? Now, they want privileges, or that's where, and they want privileges of women together with power of men. That's where it comes in, because they're saying, oh, you still want chivalry, right? You want me to open the door as a man, right? But then you want to be equal. You see how they're mixing two parallels together. One, Jora, one, they're not the same thing. That's why it's very hard for me to engage such conversation. But here on Men of Prestige, when we catch them every now and then, just in case you run into conversation around about it, at least you know how to, adjust and say, is that conversation worth it? Is it not worth it? No disrespect to them. They're trying to learn something. They're confused. A bunch of them are confused. But it's many people of many ages, right? Especially after they've collected, right? After they end up in McDonald's, right?
You will end up in McDonald's.
They now want to come and be using talking points to make themselves feel better. And what they need to do is go through proper healing. Learn how these things work. Learn from the people that are doing it successfully, right? Learn what the people that failed at it, what did they do wrong, right? What did they learn from the experience? That's what they should be engaging, and not conversations. You can literally hear in their voice that, oh my God, this one never got over the girlfriend that dumped him in high school. You can literally hear it. Or you can hear the woman wouldn't chop serious breakfast, right? Claiming that they are feminist. No, you're not. You're not. You don't know what you're talking about. So let's be guided. True feminists just want equality. I guess all privileges could be social construct, yes, including men wanting to take the lead in certain situations. Yes, I mean, generally part of social construct, we want to lead, right? And most women want you to lead. That doesn't mean they have to utter it in words. They want you to lead. If you can't lead, they have a hard time respecting you. They might even call it, you don't let me have an opinion. She's saying you don't know how to lead. That's all she's trying to say. She doesn't feel safe. She doesn't feel secure with you. But what do you do if you don't know any better as a young man? You're like, what do you mean? What do you mean opinion? I'm the leader. Nah, bro. She just told you just failed. Go back to the drawing table. She's not feeling it. Sure, some are fast to read the room and deal with microaggression more than some. Yeah, that's true. We are wired that way. Some are slow and some are fast. Yeah, with time anyway, you see the elderly folks, for the most part at least, they just laugh because it's not that deep. Right? We're rounding up. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your support. I appreciate everyone that's here right now. You can always support at any point in time. You see the $ under the chat. Even after the replay, you can support. All supports are welcome. Thank you so much. I personally believe in equality, and by the way, memberships are open. I personally believe in equality as per fairness, but when it comes to roles and responsibility, we all should agree to disagree. Well, when it comes to romantic relationships, everyone don't collect instantly, dead on arrival. When it comes to romantic relationships, whatever got you into that space in the first place, you need to keep your eyes on it. All right, it's seduction, it's attraction, it's kerewa, those type of things, right? That's now become C finish that you now no one respect anymore. You have to go back to the drawing board and say, hey, why was I attracted to this person? Right? Romantic, right? In the workplace, of course, we can fight. You should fight fairness, right? But I guarantee you, the ones that are climbing those corporate ladders, they don't want to be fair. They will destroy you. They will talk behind your back. Politics is undefeatable. Politics no be your mates. You'll be while you're busy trying to play activism and fairness, the guy don't they answer as CEO, COO, because you are busy playing fairness. None of this stuff is fair. Just keep that at the back of your mind. Let's see. I like that Harry is standing in his truth, but the Crown institution won't stop. That's why it's called an institution. Don't try to swim against it. If you want to do that, try to know what you're doing at least. And I'm not saying he doesn't know what he's doing. I'm hoping he knows what he's doing. That's all I'm saying. I don't believe in one rule fits the bunch, and this goes deeper if we dissect it. Yeah, we don't set rules here. There's no rules. There are principles that guide this whole thing. Undefeated. It's skilly me. It's skilly me.
Yes, Kelly baby.
Undefeated. You don't have to agree with it. They just is. See that English? They just is. Constant. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. We'll be back here at 5 p.m. tomorrow, okay, to keep talking about this. Let's just keep having the conversation, because there's clearly something changing. There's a dynamic that's changing. It's part of the principles that guide life, and you have to be prepared for that. And if you're not prepared for that, you'll end up in McDonald's. Okay, so again, hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.